What's up guys, Readiness Rations here with you again. We're doing another international military ration review. This is a single meal IRP coming from the Russian Federation. This particular meal is the freshest Russian ration that I've ever personally run across, being packaged in January of this year, 2022. Much like the American MRE, this particular ration pack is designed to provide substance to a soldier for a single meal, as opposed to the more common 24-hour rations we see coming out of Russia. I cannot wait to see how one of these tastes, especially being so new. Before we check it out though, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like seeing these military ration reviews, and to see all videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Without any more delays, let's take it on over to the desk and check it out. So here is our IRP-PR. It states that it is an individual diet intermediate. On the front of the package, we do have a complete contents list and a little bit of information about optimal storage conditions. Our calorie count coming in at 1329, making it quite comparable to the calorie count of your average American meal ready to eat. For size comparison, I do have an MRE right here. If we fold over the edges on this MRE packaging, we can very clearly see that the size is almost identical between this IRP and MRE in pretty much every dimension. Weight seems to be very close as well. The IRP might weigh just a little bit more. The date of production on this was January 20th, 2022, and the expiration date is November 3rd, 2023. I ordered this in February, before global events involving Russia have come to the point that they are now. To be completely honest, I never thought this ration would be delivered. Now let's crack it open and see what's inside. The box is covered in some sort of cellophane, so we'll be opening that today with my Boker Automat Kalashnikov 74. So once that plastic is removed, we find out that this label was just a loose sheet of paper. And then we have our internal cardboard box. First thing in there is a very thin and flimsy napkin, a concentrated tonic drink mix, a 45-gram package of apple jam, a moist towelette, 20-gram package of sugar, a black tea, a soft tin of processed cheese, a 250-gram tin of beef and barley kasha, a pack of black pepper, a package of salt, a 6-pack of crackers, a surprisingly sturdy filling, eco-friendly spoon, and a leaflet giving some information about the ration and safe preparation. Something that stands out with this particular ration is the lack of a way to heat up your main entree. Other than that, it is our regular Russian fare. The spoon definitely seems like an upgrade over previous Russian rations though. Since there is not a ration heater included, I will be boiling the tin for the main. On the tray, it's not the most impressive looking meal. In the process of boiling the main, the label came off. Let's get this tea going. Very simple tea bag. That was about 7 ounces of hot water. And since we're doing drinks, we'll go for the cold drink as well. Other than this being labeled as a tonic drink, I couldn't find anything on the ingredients that gave me an idea of what flavor it's supposed to be. It does have absorbic acid in it. Slightly yellow, a little bit clumpy. It has a very pleasant but artificial generic fruity smell. I figure that's probably about 250 mils of water. This can for the main is still pretty hot. Oh boy, that's smelling good. Look at that barley. Let's get this on the tray here. Lots of oil. Steaming hot. I'm sure it's so super common in that part of the world, a dish like this, pearl barley kasha, but it's not something that we really have an analog for here in the US, and I'm always a huge fan of this kind of food. Let's get right in on the main while it's still hot. So the main ingredient in this is most certainly our barley. There's a lot of it. You can see all the individual grains, and that is the only grain that appears to be in this is barley. As far as the beef goes, there is little bits of sort of a stewed tachanka-like beef distributed throughout the entire mix. Most pieces are fairly small. There are a couple larger chunks like that one and that one there, but the vast majority of the mix is barley. There are no visible spices to speak of, no other vegetable matter to speak of. It is just meat and grain and fat and that is it. These Russian rations don't really use preservatives like we do in our American rations, and so they don't have the absolute best shelf life. This particular meal is so extremely fresh though that I expect everything to still be in really great condition. I'm ready for a taste of this, so we'll get a big heaping scoop of barley and meat, and let's see how that 2022 barley and beef kasha is. Very mild in flavor. The barley has a little bit of a snap to it where the husks are still sort of attached to the internal grain. That's a texture that I really like. It's salty, but not overly so. There are basically no other flavors. I'm not picking up on any spices, no pepper. This just tastes like stewed beef and barley, which is exactly what it is. With that being said, that's not really a negative critique of this ration. Sure, it's not heavily flavored, but the flavor that this does have is very natural and pleasant, very savory and satisfying, really all around excellent if you don't mind your food being a little bit on the fattier side. I do think that could use some black pepper though, so I'm going to go ahead and dump this entire package on what's left of the main here, and we'll give that another try with some black pepper. The black pepper in these Russian rations is actually fairly strong. It's not really spicy, but it has a good, fresh, cracked pepper kind of flavor that really helps turn up the overall taste of this ration. I'm devouring that stuff. It's already half gone. Let's give our mystery drink a taste. I wish tasting it gave me some sort of revelation on what flavor this is. It doesn't seem like apple. It doesn't taste like a tropical fruit. It's not like pineapple or mango or something like that. It's not citrus. I truly don't know. Concentrate tonic drink. It's fruity and flavorful, sweet and slightly tart. It's a dang good ration drink. I just don't know what flavor it is. The first thing to go in any Russian ration is the crackers. They are bad more often than not. Maybe, with this ration having only been packed a few months ago, they will still be in top shape. Let's crack one open. Ooh, that snap did not feel promising. There's a look at the inside. Big air pockets. Let's see how they fared. They're already stale. These are as stale as IRP crackers I've had that were 3 years old. I was about to say that these might have been packed years ago, but there's the date of packing there, November 3rd, 2021. So they're just a little over 6 months old. The packaging sucks. This thin little cellophane crap does not do a good job of preserving anything. And at 6 months old, these are just as stale as crackers that I've had that were 2 years old. Although they do not have a rancidy flavor yet, so that's a good thing at least. But they're a pretty good vehicle for getting the main entree to your mouth, should you decide to eat it that way. Bust open the cheese. Very white, has a very light processed cheese smell to it. It's very thick and creamy as I'm cutting into it, and we'll try that bit straight off the spoon. It tastes very similar to a canned Bega cheese. Like any processed cheese, it has that sort of cheese whizzy kind of flavor. However, this is extremely creamy and not too crazily salty, and very easily smeared on the cracker there. The creamy, lightly flavored cheese mixed fairly well with the cracker. Had the cracker been fresh and crunchy, I can certainly see this being a lot better. But as is, it's not bad. Now we'll try some main with that as well. Don't think I've ever tried barley kasha with cheese before. That is so thick and creamy. The cheese really kicks up the richness in the main. I want to try just a bit of that without the cracker being involved. Yeah, that's really nice. It's almost overly rich though. The sort of creamy barley mixed with the creamy cheese is a little bit of creamy overload. I might have liked it with the cracker better, to be honest. Grab a sip of tea. Very standard flavored black tea. The Russian tea is always good in my opinion, although it is a bit bitter. So I think we'll sweeten that up some. I'm gonna put about half of that sugar bag in there. Hopefully, it's still warm enough to dissolve, and we'll try that sweetened. Ah, yeah, absolutely perfect. It's hard to beat black tea with sugar. The sugar eliminated almost all the bitterness. There's still just this little tannic astringency left on your tongue. That's not at all a negative. So we don't really have a proper dessert in this meal. We do have our apple jam, though. Cut the edge of that off. Oh, there's a lot of liquid in this one. Look how light it is. I'm used to this being at least a couple shades darker than that. There's a good bit of juice too. Perhaps I should have given it some kneading. Super sweet, but still tangy. Perfect, thick, jammy consistency. Man, this stuff has never let me down once. On one of my previous Russian ration reviews, I had a comment from a Russian person saying that this apple jam is not necessarily considered a jam in Russia, that more often than not, it's just eaten with a spoon as its own little treat, and it's commonly given to both prisoners and school children. That particular viewer didn't really like the stuff, but I don't see how, because this stuff is freaking delicious, and if they're feeding this to prisoners, those prisoners are pretty dang lucky. When your crackers are like this though, the play might be eating it off the spoon. Just to leave no stone unturned, I will mix some cheese and jam together. If you never tried cheese and apple as a combo, they complement each other very well. There's actually some people that eat apple pie with cheddar cheese on it, so I figure it wouldn't hurt to at least try it this way. Mixing those two together is like a very bizarre apple cheesecake with a stale cracker crust, and it's not too bad. Last thing to check out is our moist towelette. Still very moist. You would hope as much, with this thing being as new as it is. Nice, strong cloth material, and perfect for doing a quick cleanup job. That was Russian IRP-PR individual intermediate diet for a 1,329 calorie single meal ration pack. That's not too bad. Shame about the crackers, especially being so fresh and new and not having a way to heat it is a slight downside, but flavor-wise, this thing is certainly a win. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. That really helps me out with the Google algorithm and getting the video out to more viewers. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see all future military ration reviews like this one. And if you know someone else that might find this kind of content interesting, please share the video, because that helps the channel grow literally better than anything else. Let me know what you thought about this review down in the comments. What's your opinion on Russian military rations? And let me know what ration you'd like to see me review on the channel next. And I will catch you in the next video. See you then. Peace.